Good morning, everyone. Welcome to one more beautiful day and beautiful meditation session, which is day 27 of Swayam My Time Season 3. It's always honored to represent all the partners here. And, this is Suresh here from Australia, part of Breath Universe. And great to be associated with all the partners here. Today, we're going to have a fantastic speaker and spiritual master, pyramid master from she's from US. So she's been teaching meditation for quite a few years. I'd like to give a little bit of background. My madam name is Arunachaleshwari. She's from Dallas, Texas. She's born into a spiritual family. Um, the name itself, her name belongs to the same place of Ramana Maharshi, who is a master as well from Arunachalam, which is has been immersed in bhakti and meditation since childhood. And her spiritual journey took a different place turn in 2022, and she started her journey through PSSM and and anapanasati meditation and all. So today she is actually serving as a master, teaching others, teaching, sharing her experience, um, and serving the path of meditation. And today we'll be having a insights through madam. And yeah, madam, are you there, madam? Can
Yes.
you hear us? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, over to you, madam.
Thank you. Thank you for that beautiful introduction. Yes, I'm very happy and joyful to be here on this platform again. So, are we meditating first or?
Yeah, I think we will conduct the meditation first, madam. If you want me to run the music or you will be running the music, I think music will be run by Balaji sir, who is running the music.
Sirisha, madam.
Yeah, okay, ma'am. Okay, yeah, ma'am. You go ahead, madam. Then you can guide us through the meditation if you're okay.
Um, sure.
Yeah, thank you,
Okay.
ma'am. Sirisha ma'am will play the music.
Okay. Friends, let us all sit comfortably. Find a comfortable spot. Could be on a chair, a sofa, or on the floor. Cross your feet. Close your eyes. Lock your fingers. And watch the gentle, peaceful, and tranquil breath. Let's become one with our breath. senses be in the presence. Witness the sensations, the flow of energy. We are all spiritual warriors here for a great purpose. Connecting with the self reveals the purpose to us. Be with your breath, masters. Be in the present, masters. Be with your breath. That's 5 minutes, masters. Your breath. Last 2 minutes. Last 30 seconds. Slowly come back, masters. Open your palms and place them on your closed eyes. Gently open your eyes with a smile. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining and for your presence. It was a beautiful meditation.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the wonderful meditation session and a nice music session, ma'am. Thank you very much. Um, Hope everyone is back from the meditation. Um, so this is the time, ma'am, we'd like to know uh, your journey or whatever you plan to share with the team today. Then we'll have a few questions based on that, ma'am. Thank you.
Sure. So today, let me share my thoughts on what is service and spirituality. Service, seva, we call it in Telugu and Hindi, is not an action. It's the fragrance of our inner realization, the transformation. True service is the act of giving without expectation, without expecting anything in return, neither materialistic nor emotional, neither name or fame, recognition, nor any kind of appreciation. If we expect recognition or appreciation or any kind of results, then it becomes a transaction and not service. Ramana Maharshi has very beautifully said, selfless work purifies the mind and leads one to the path of self-realization. So the purest form of service is when when you are doing, but the doer disappears completely. When you are offering your service without having the feeling of you are doing it. And only love remains, only love in action remains. In spiritual context, service is not just about helping others. The deeper purpose of spirituality is to realize that we are all one. one with each other and with the entire universe. When we truly understand this, we begin to act from a place of oneness, and there remains no separation. We naturally express love, compassion, and unity. So that becomes very natural, seeing ourselves in every being. But to be or to live this way, we must not act from ego. So, whenever we are offering any kind of service, ego is the place. I mean, ego becomes a platform of a great learning for us. It is the sense of being separate. Whenever we do anything, we must know that I'm this body. I mean, whenever this thought comes in that I'm this body, I am not this identity, I'm this individual identity or this name, body, or so and so person, that becomes our spiritual ignorance. That's the ego, that place when we identify ourselves as body or the identity. So when we act from the idea that we are just this body, we stay limited. The the limit becomes the physical level. And then whatever we do, even service, that comes from that ego and not from the oneness. So whenever you catch yourself thinking, I am doing this, or I want this, or this is my idea, it's important to quickly identify that, to give a pause and to reflect and to ask ourselves, am I acting from love? Am I acting from the feeling of that oneness, or am I acting from ego? If it is from ego, then it's not true service. If it is from ego, then it is for some kind of return that we are expecting. True spiritual service can only come from the space of oneness and from selflessness. In spiritual service, we have to always constantly watch our ego carefully. When mind says, I'm doing, or it seeks credits, then you are serving from separated identity, not from oneness. So, ego means separation, and oneness means love. When like Patriji also often he says, the moment you expect something, you are no longer spiritual. You are back in ego. And service becomes a mirror to observe ourselves, to dissolve our ego, and the tendencies of, your anger, pride, or hurt. All these things get dissolved with dissolving of ego. So when you feel reactive, when you feel unappreciated while you're doing some work or offering your service or any kind of volunteering that you're doing, we shouldn't blame others. We should reflect, from which space are we, acting? Is it from oneness? Is it from that feeling of love? Or is it from a place of ego? So that has to be a constant check always while we are doing anything. It is not only helping others, it is for our own, inner evolution, for our own inner purification. So in oneness, there is no you and me. The only existence, it's the existence that's expressing through different forms. It could be, you could see as different forms, but it's all one. And Buddha has said, when one sees all beings as equal, having compassion for all, then he's already enlightened. So this awareness comes through meditation. This awareness, this constant check on every thought, every act that we are doing comes from meditation. So with our regular meditations, we are able to watch our thoughts, watch our actions. From which place are we offering? Where are we? What is our state? That awareness increases. And our service becomes a form of, spreading love, giving love, or it becomes a beautiful platform for us to evolve. So that was about how we can work on our ego, how we dissolve it. And now there is another very beautiful term described in Gita. They say karma yoga. Any action we do becomes the best when it is done in the present moment. So for every spiritual seeker, service is a powerful way to walk the path of a karma yoga. If you expect something in return, like success, praise, or results, then your action becomes just another karma. It is adding more karma to you. But when you're detached from it and you are serving without expecting any kind of return, you're simply doing your best, being in the present without thinking of what's going to happen future, what's the result of it. With your best in the presence, then it becomes karma yoga. So that's why service is one of the best ways to practice karma yoga in our life. Lord Krishna very beautifully said in Bhagavad Gita, he said, Karmanye vadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana, which means you have the right to perform any action, but but not the right to, think of the fruits that your action bears. So without attachment to the outcome, service becomes karma yoga. The present moment are like, you know, the best gift which we have right now. That's why it's called present, right? So let's act. The act itself becomes your prayer. The conscious awareness in the act that you're performing without expecting any result itself becomes your sadhana. I serve because I love, not because I want. And it should be, I act from my fullness, not to get any kind of fulfillment. So we should reflect everything, any change we want in our life, anything we want to change doesn't happen outside, it has to happen internally, which reflects outside. So spirituality often involves, personal beliefs or practices that may not be based on direct experiences, but observations. Like now, let's understand about what is spiritual science service. How is spiritual science different from, you know, just being spiritual? So, spiritual science is different. It must be based on experience, evidence, something that is universally true. Something that works for me should work for anybody else. That is spiritual science. Patriji always said, be a spiritual scientist, experiment, don't just blindly believe anything. So, if I'm able to show or teach somebody something that worked for me and that works for anybody else, becomes a scientifically proven thing. It's not dependent on any belief, it's not blindly followed. Anything that is truly scientific should work for anyone, regardless of any background or any belief they come from. Like, for example, if I am using specific mantra for meditation technique, it may help me to reach my enlightenment. It may not help others. But Buddha has very beautifully, after researching, after following so many gurus um, to get the enlightenment, he has finally gave us a very beautiful technique called Anapanasati, which is universally proven, which is which works for everyone. So he is a great spiritual scientist. So he has offered us that method, which is discovered and shared by him. And now we follow the same, and it works for everyone. Doesn't matter what background we come from, doesn't matter what has been our practices in the past. That's universal and scientific. That method, and it's helping anyone, anywhere. So that's the essence of spiritual science. A path that is not just individual but repeatable. It is available to all, it's reliable. Um, yeah, so similarly, service should be a process that leads anyone, anywhere to more love, more awareness, and unity. If meditation brings peace to all and service done without ego brings inner joy to all, then it is a spiritual science technique. It's experimentally verified. So that's about spiritual science service. That's about spirituality. And finally, I would like to conclude with one beautiful quote from Patriji. He says, when you love yourself in service of others, you find your true self. So it's not an offering we do to other beings, but it is your own evolution. You're finding yourself by offering yourself. So, yeah, these are my thoughts and discussions with various great masters, which helped me understand this topic. And by serving through PSSM, it's a beautiful platform that we learn our skills. It gives us a platform to know more about ourselves. So, thank you.
Yeah.
If you have any questions, please go ahead. I think there are a couple of them in the chat.
I, thank you, ma'am. I think one of the question, um, yeah. So I think this is question to what Priti was asking about is how this kind of non-result thinking, like without thinking about the result, how this can be applicable to the any practical materialistic job or anything what we do in the current world. And her question is pretty much around to the job what I'm doing. Yeah. So
Job that you're doing is not service, right? You're doing it to get paid. You're doing it for your living. So that's not called service. Service is something which you do with for any without any expecting any kind of return.
yeah,
Yeah. So that's not
thank
service.
that's good clarification, ma'am. One question from my side is you touched about the Gita concept about doing action without thinking about result, right? So how
Mhm.
that applies when you're dealing with day-to-day chaos or day-to-day things? How what is the things you apply or you use? Because it's easy to switch that, and mind is so powerful to to make a switch that emotional factor. What are the tools or something practical tips you give to us to have that non-result oriented and like correcting our during the day? What are the tips or what are the practical things it can help us when you're doing anything?
Yes. Like I said, our awareness, we have to be completely aware. It is okay to sometimes, you get angry or some feelings that develop, but it is important how you get that shift quickly, how you
Okay.
bring that shift in yourself. It's again the frequency.
Mhm.
So you are always aware of your frequency.
Yep.
You are
No,
not flowing
thanks.
with that emotion.
So the sooner we get back to the normal state or realize it, is it what you're saying?
Right. It's okay to
Yeah.
get anger. We don't have to hold back anything inside. If it's
Mm,
like you just feel like saying it or doing, say it. Don't feel guilty about it again, but bring
mm,
the shift again. Don't keep it in your mind. You're back to normal. Do something which you like so much. Like you want to have a cup of tea, have it, enjoy it, and then feel good again. And
mm.
then about not expecting anything in return, first understand why are you doing this work? Why are
Yeah.
you doing it? Are you doing it to get some kind of a satisfaction? Or are you doing it before or because you want to serve for this greater purpose? So that's the basic question we should always have for ourselves. Why am I doing this? There itself, you
Yeah.
will understand if it is coming from a place of ego or if it is coming from a place of offering yourself with love.
Thanks, man. Beautiful. Um, any other questions? Feel free to raise your hand and ask question. Or else I have one more question, which I prepared, man. So dealing with you have a family, kids, and you have a busy life there. How you prioritize yourself for the service? What makes you to do service? I think you touched upon the doing service, but how you help, how you have that prioritizing for the meditation service, how you align or plan yourself. What is the thought process, how you plan the things?
For me, I'm doing what I love. Like, I like being creative, like designing things, doing different kinds of designing things. Or, so when I got introduced to PSSM, I knew I was creative, but I never experimented in that line. So when I got these opportunities to design something or to create something, could be a brochure, could be a flyer, could be a banner, anything. I used to sit for hours researching, learning new techniques in it, and I had no check on time. And I never felt drained or tired, which means the activity itself was giving me more energy.
Hmm.
And it was a service. It was not being done uh, for any money, recognition, or anything. I was feeling that joy in myself.
Okay.
So that's kind of a self love for me.
So you do what you love, then you don't feel all this. That's what you prioritize everything according to that.
Yes, I mean, meditation definitely we know the importance of it. So, group meditations, it gives me an opportunity to connect at the same time every day. And when we are, working in the back end for running a program or a series of
Hmm.
sessions, that itself becomes, when you think of meditating a couple of hours every day, then this time is from that time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's how
Yeah.
when you have a thought, everything gets aligned. It's important to first have the clarity and the thought.
Thanks, man. And there is one more question in the chat. Can you please elaborate service further through your own experiences or an example?
Yes. So when I was connected with PSSM, I started volunteering. My kids were very small. They were like 2.5 and um, 7. Other one was 7. So whatever opportunity I came across, I used to take it up without thinking, how will I do it? How will my schedule adjust and all? I used to take it up. And very beautifully, I have seen that during that time when I had a session or when I had to, offer any kind of technical work, everything gets used to get aligned. My kids would be sleeping or they would not disturb me. I saw things getting aligned. I saw getting support from everywhere. I understood that when I am open, universe is taking care of everything. When I am not resisting anything, everything is getting taken care of. Everything is getting aligned. And I learned so much by serving. Um, I understood the way my communication needs to be to communicate certain thing. I understood how I can tailor my message, what kind of audience I am addressing. So all these things I understood, I learned. So these are various things which you could learn if you are in a managerial position in your profession, or if you are in any kind of a platform where you do public speaking, or you are in a role where you motivate others. But in this platform where I am not having any such responsibility, but I'm learning all this. I'm being groomed for the next opportunity that I'm going to work for. I have experienced this in my own personal journey of serving through PSSM. So this is my experience.
Thank you,
Hope it
ma'am.
up.
Thank you for the explanation. Yeah, definitely, it does explain the message that when we have a right cause, how things will align and energy gets shifted across. Thank you, ma'am. Any other question, team? We have 3 more minutes. Wonderful, ma'am. Thank you for your sharing. Yeah, I think there is one more question. Um, okay, so someone is asking a question about information in Dallas. Um,
Yes. Naresh's contact
yeah,
will be shared if you are in
yeah,
Dallas. Yeah, you can
yeah.
get the info from Pyramids. Yeah, our technical team will get in touch with you. You
Okay.
can pick the group,
Yeah, ping ma'am offline from this. Yep.
or
Thank you,
else I
ma'am.
can
Thank you.
my
Yeah, I think
number.
maybe you can probably, yeah, that's better.
Yeah, you can call on this number to get any information about pyramids.
That was wonderful, ma'am. So it's really fantastic to connect with you and to learn more about you. Because the moment I saw your profile, the first thing struck me is the place. Because I've been to Aruna, like I did the Giri Parikrama and I stayed there. I have a profound experience in Arunachalam, and had stayed in Rammashi ashram, so done few things. So the moment you said your name, it connected back to me all my experiences in which I had in Raman Maharshi cave experience and a lot of things there. So glad to connect with you, and yeah, thank you for your wonderful sharing.
Sure. Thank you.
Well, thank you all, and back to Balaji sir or anyone else, sir? Yes, Risha ma'am as well. Anyone? Thank you for sharing. But again, I would like to once again thank the whole partners here, because nothing happens without having the team across the world joining together and putting together this season 3 My Time Swayam session. Because this session is all about not just a concept, this is about a personal sharing. And this is a fantastic platform where we're able to learn from wider masters across the world. IFSS is one of the group, Omega Group, Joy Group, PSSM Ignite, Ars Beth Universe from Australia, Beat, PIMA, and PMMA. So all thanks to all the partners, and special thanks to Balaji sir and Sunil sir, helping us to all connect it and spread the divine purpose. Thank you, sir. Thank you all, and see you next week.